This is Course 2, Lesson 4-6, Solving Two-Step Equations. Open up your notebook, title your page, and get ready to take notes. Excuse me. These are the steps for solving two-step equations. Why don't you copy these into your notebook, and then we'll follow these steps as we solve a problem. So the first step is, if it's a subtraction equation, you're going to change it to add the opposite. So you change the minus to a plus, and you take the opposite of the number behind it. If it's an addition problem, then you're going to skip right down to step 2. You're going to look at the equation with the variable, add the opposite of the number that's added to the variable. It's the number without the variable. You add that to each side. And then step 3, divide each side by the coefficient. And step 4, you solve for the variable. So let's look at example number 1. First of all, it's an addition equation, so you can skip to step 2. We have to look at the side with the variable. So the variable's on the left-hand side because here's the m that we're trying to solve for. So we want to add the opposite of 9. So we're going to add negative 9 to each side. If we add negative 9 here, we have to add negative 9 here. 9 plus negative 9, or 9 minus 9, is 0. So on the left-hand side, we're left with 3m equals 21 minus 9, which is 12. Now we're going to divide by the coefficient, or the number in front of the variable. So we divide by 3. 3m divided by 3 is just 1m, or m. And 12 divided by 3 is 4. So the solution to this equation is m equals 4. We can check to make sure our answer's right. 3 times 4 plus 9. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 9 is 21. So it checks. That's correct. Let's look at the second example. This is a subtraction equation, so we need to change the minus to a plus and take the opposite, or make the 11 negative. So to each side, we're going to add positive 11, because it's the opposite of negative 11. So we're left with, on the left-hand side, y divided by 4 equals 44. Now this is a little tricky because the coefficient is not in front of the number, it's below the number, or below the variable. So y is divided by 4. So to undo division, we multiply. So we're going to multiply by 4, that cancels. We're going to multiply this side by 4. So y is equal to 44 times 4, which is 176. So we can check this. 176 divided by 4 minus 11. I'm going to have to do the division here. 44 divided into 176 is 4. And 44 minus 11 is 33, which is this answer right here. So this is correct. There's the solution. Y equals 176. Let's look at some more examples. Again, we want to draw this line down the center. To solve for this equation, we're going to add the opposite of 5, which is negative 5. 5 plus negative 5 is 0. So we're left with negative 8d on the left equals 45 minus 5 is 40. We're going to divide by the number in front of the variable, or the coefficient. So we divide by negative 8. Negative 8d divided by negative 8 is just d. And 40 divided by negative 8 is negative 5. Remember the rules for dividing integers. A positive divided by a negative is a negative. Let's look at this problem. We need to change this from subtraction to addition, so k divided by negative 2 minus 4 becomes plus negative 4. So we had the opposite, which is going to be positive 4 to each side. Negative 4 and positive 4 is 0. So we're left with k divided by negative 2 equals 18. And we're going to multiply by negative 2. Those cancel. The negative 2's cancel. So k is equal to 18 times negative 2, which is 18 times 2 is 36, and a positive times a negative would be negative 36. You can always check your work. Negative 36 divided by negative 2 minus 4. Negative 36 divided by negative 2 is positive 18. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. And 18 minus 4 is equal to 14, which is the same answer up here. Okay, here's 4 examples I want you to try on your own. Pause the video, try them, and then when you're done, come back and we'll go over them together and we'll see how you did. Okay, welcome back. Let's see how you did. So the first thing we're going to do is change subtraction to addition. So 10 minus 5h becomes 10 plus negative 5h. 10 is the number being added to the variable, so the opposite of 10 is negative 10. So we're going to subtract 10 or add negative 10 to each side. So we have negative 5h equals 25 minus 10 is 15. And we're going to divide by the coefficient, which is negative 5. Negative 5h divided by negative 5 is just h, is equal to 15 divided by negative 5, which is negative 3. Let's look at number 2. So we draw our line down, change subtraction to add the opposite, so plus negative 8. We will add the opposite of negative 8, so positive 8 to each side. Negative 8 and positive 8 is 0. So we have s divided by 2 equals 6 plus 8 is 14. We're going to multiply by the number that's dividing the variable. So we're going to multiply by 2. Those cancel out. Multiply this by 2. So s is equal to 28. Next example. There's not a subtraction problem, so we don't have to change anything to add the opposite. We're going to add the opposite of positive 8, so we're going to add negative 8 to each side. 8 plus negative 8 is 0. So we have left w divided by negative 4 equals 12. We're going to multiply by the number that the variable is being divided by. So we multiply by negative 4. Those 4's cancel out. So w is equal to positive times a negative is a negative, and 12 times 4 is 48. So the answer is negative 48. And let's look at this last problem. We have subtraction, so we need to change this to plus negative 4. We're going to add the opposite of negative 4, which is positive 4. We'll add to each side of the equation. That cancels. So we have 2g equals 12 plus 4 is 16. We divide by the coefficient, which is 2, and g is equal to 8. all for today. Remember to bring your notes to class tomorrow so we can check them in and bring any questions that you have to class as well. Thanks.